Hello, so this next card is the green You Are the Best card. I love this because it's just very simple. You could use with a lot, especially a lot of scraps. It also shows you how to use some of the Stampin' Up! Card kits, card bases. So this one is one that's now retired, but it just shows you, how you can take these card bases and make really fast and simple cards. So that's what we're going to do with this one, and I like it because it's not too feminine. I think you could definitely give that to a guy, and those are challenging for me to make. So when I do make one, I'm kind of happy that I can use it for a guy. So you'll have your card base in your kit with the matching envelopes. That's how Stampin' Up! Does that, is the cards in matching envelopes, which is really nice. Then you should have 6 rectangular pieces, one that's already been cut for you. I just thought, I'll just make it a little easier for you and cut one of the flags that you can then use as a template for your others. Then you'll have a strip of the Very Vanilla cardstock, and then you'll have, I think, 3 hearts, maybe 4, I'm not sure, but at least 3 anyway in your kit. 2 that we're going to use, and then the other one you can put on the envelope, or maybe you can put inside when you sign your card. So just an extra one. I was just punching away and I had extra. And then you'll have a piece of Very Vanilla thick twine. And I also tossed in one of these threaders. These are flossers for like bridges and braces to help you floss your teeth. But they work great for threading things through small holes. So that's what we're going to use. And then I am using the Tranquil Tide ink for this project. Again, you might not have this ink at home, and this can be done with lots of colors. I think a brown ink, black, even a blue. There's, lots of different, a gray would be really pretty as well. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, I have to get that exact ink color. No, this can be done with all sorts of different colors of ink, and I think it will look great. I just happen to have, of course, the exact color, so that's what I'm going to use. But you can use anything. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and cut all of these flags and have them ready. So all you want to do is just put your one that I've already cut on top of another and go ahead and just follow that. You can also eyeball this if you want, but if you feel nervous about doing that, you have the template. And then for the other colors, I'm gonna actually just make this faster and easier on myself and just do them together. And I'm just not gonna worry about them maybe not being exactly lined up, and because it's just a little flag. And so there you go. Also, I will say, the You Are Special card was the first one that I did today for my videos, and I apologize for some of the shakiness of the camera. I'm gonna have to figure out how to attach my camera holder to something that's independent of my table, because every time I stamp or apply adhesive, the table shakes a little bit and my camera was shaking. So I apologize for that fuzziness going on there, and I'll see if I can do better this time. So there I have all 6 of my flags. That was pretty fast. Now what we're going to do is we're going to stamp. So we're going to stamp a word on each of the Very Vanilla flags. These ones are going to be background pieces. And then we're also going to stamp on this long strip to make these 2 flags. So I gave you a piece long enough that even if you maybe mess one of them up, you should have enough to finish the others. So I need the stamp from the set, from your set. It is one long stamp that says You Are the Best, so it's this one right here. And what I'm going to show you is how to stamp one word from an image. So any of your stamps, for example, this one that says just saying hello, if you just need the hello word, which in fact we're doing in another card, you can use this technique. If you just want you are special instead of you are so special, you can just use this technique to cover up the word so when you're stamping. It's just another way to get even more use out of your stamps. So we want the word you first. And I'm taking just some washi tape that was in a set that I probably really won't use much of because I've kind of become a little addicted to washi tape recently. So to waste washi tape seems really odd to me. But anyway, this is one that I don't use very much and we're not using very much. So what I'm going to do is just take a piece of washi tape. You could also use masking tape or like painter's tape, and I'm going to cover up this part right here. I could cover the whole word, but I know I'm not going to ink that far down. So I just covered up that part, and I'm just going to tap lightly, and I'm going to try and do this without shaking my table too much. So sorry about that. I will figure something out. So now I've got plenty of ink on here. Do not forget to pull this off before you stamp. Otherwise, there was no point in putting the washi tape on. So now I have my stamp with just the word you inked up exactly how I want it. And now I'm going to take one of the very vellum flags and I'm going to just stamp my word right on there. Just gently, gentle pressure, straight up and down. Try not to shake anything. And there you go. I'm pretty happy with that. If I wasn't, we always have the back. Okay? And if that, okay, so if it really didn't work out for you, say you did the front and it didn't work out, and you tried the back and it still didn't work out, and you don't have any very, very vanilla extra paper at home, hopefully you can save enough of this one and you can just take an extra piece and just glue it right over top. Of course, trim that down. And there you go. You fixed it. All right? Okay. So then I need to, so now I'm going to clean this. I did not bring any of my cleaner with me. So I'll just tap it off as best I can onto this and make sure I don't have any. Okay. Now I want the word the. So I am going to reuse that piece of washi tape and I'm going to grab one more piece. Cover up what I don't want. I'm going to go off the edge here because I didn't cover up you. You could cover that up as well, but since I didn't, I better make sure I don't ink it up. So just gently, again, I'll try not to shake my camera. All right, I've got plenty of ink on there. Remove your washi. Don't forget to do that. Speaking from experience, you know that, right? Because I've done that plenty of times. Okay, and now I've got the word the. So I'm going to try and get that as best I can. Again, I am not looking for perfection. Gentle, even pressure. And there you go. All right, so I'm going to try and clean that off again. Should have had my my stamp cleaner ready, but I don't. So do what I can right there. Okay, now I need the word are and best on this little guy. So I feel pretty confident, famous last words, that I can stamp on there and not worry too much about any extra. I happen to even ink this up pretty, oh, that's not what I want. I want R. So I am not going to worry about the excess because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just put this right over top. Now, if you have a piece of scrap paper or paper towel, boy, this paper towel is dirty, right? That's really helpful. And you can just do it this way and just apply even pressure, okay? And then there you have it. That's pretty perfect. Pretty happy with that. If you don't feel confident doing that, then I suggest that we just take our washi tape approach. So now we need the last word, best. And so I'll cover up here. I'll make sure I ink that up well. Again, I'll try not to shake the table. Okay, got that inked up. Remove my washi. And then I'm going to do stamp the word best. And you can eyeball it this way, or you can place it down like I did with the other word. So I'm going to just do this. I'm going to come a little this way because I want a flag on the end. And again, I'm not worried about perfection. So I'm happy with that. Okay, that's all of the stamping. So let me get this ink put away because I know what that could mean. I'm also going to toss my washi tape because that ink on the washi tape is just sitting there all wet, and it's going to create a mess for me. I just know myself. If I can get it off my finger, there we go, into my little trash. All right, so I think my hands are pretty clean and I'm ready to put this together. Okay, so I'm gonna just take this, cut a piece off. See, there's some extra, and even this is a pretty long, again. Cut up the center, and then from one corner, and then the other corner. All right. And the same thing here. I'm going to just cut right across. That's extra. And do my flag. I'm definitely doing like a long flag on these, and you don't have to. You can do a shorter one. There. Okay, so I have all my pieces. Now it's just a matter of putting everything together. All right, so what I suggest is that we attach all of the pieces before we worry about stringing them together. Okay, so a little bit of adhesive on the back of the two flags that we stamped directly on, because those are going to layer with this pattern piece. And really just any way you want to go. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Okay, so I'm just attaching them together. And then for these tranquil tide pieces of cardstock, I'm actually going to put a little mounting tape behind these two words. So Stampin' Up! Dimensional, piece of mounting tape, whatever you have. Put that backing off. Just kind of look at how these are, and if you want them like a little bit, I mean, really, again, there's no right or wrong way, right? Okay, there's my pieces. So now I'm going to go ahead and put holes so that I can string this banner all together. And if you have a 16th inch hole punch, or an 1/8 inch would be okay too. A 16th inch is the best. If you don't have that, like I've mentioned before, just a push pin and a little mouse pad or some kind of foam behind it works great. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and start punching holes in this to make my little banner. were really popular, and I mean still are. It's just such a cute thing. And I don't worry about, I'm not measuring. I'm just going for it. It's kind of how I like to craft, right? I just go for it. All right, there's all my pieces. And so now we're going to have this handy dandy tool that's really going to be helpful. This is why I decided to put it in your kit, because I was like, this is a lot of threading to do here, and that can be challenging. So this will help a great deal. It's peaceful. Can you hear my clock going in the background? It's very peaceful at my house right now. Both my husband and my daughter are working. It's Friday. I took the day off work today. And we're going to go camping this weekend. So, long story, but, you know, I was kind of feeling like, boy, I had no vacations. We're not going anywhere. We don't want to get on a plane. We had a pop-up trailer for, believe it or not, 21 years. So what happened with that was William and I used to be tent campers when we first, started dating, and when we were early in our marriage, and even when Danielle came along, we still tent camped with her as a baby. Then I got pregnant with Chantel, and I was like, okay, if I have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and you have to stay in the tent with Danielle because we can't leave her alone, that puts me going to the outhouse by myself, and that's not happening. So we got a pop-up trailer, and boy, it was just a wonderful thing to have with the girls for so many years, and just really loved it. But you know what? We don't have the girls with us much anymore, and I'm getting a little older, and so we upgraded to a hard-sided trailer. It's still a pull-along. It's not like a fifth wheel, and it's not like a full driving RV. But anyway, we just got it a couple weeks ago, and so we're going to try and go camping this weekend and check it out. All right, so now I have my banner all put. Is that not the cutest thing? Okay, so, and you could just let it dangle loosely on a card. It's just so cute. Sorry, I'm kind of whining, aren't I? It's just so cute. I love banners, but I am going to put it down flat and, kind of put it in the direction I want. So I will try to gently add some adhesive on the backs of each of these pieces. You don't need a lot because they're all going to hold each other together anyway. And then I'll start to get it on the card the way I want. Come here, little banner. I'm sure you're all laughing at me right now. All right, so let's see. I'm going to put this one like so. Then this one right here, and I'm going to pull that. So once I get it down, I'll pull that a little tighter, that twine. I don't mind a little bit of kind of looseness in it, but I don't want it to look really weird. This one, and then my last one again. Pull this twine a little bit. You want to be careful. You don't want too much hanging over the edge because then it won't fit in the card. But you also could trim that down if it was hanging over like that. Okay, so this is what we've got. I definitely have too much twine, so hopefully I gave you plenty. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach my hearts with a little bit of foam mounting tape because I want them to kind of be popped up a little bit, but also keep that that twine in place. You could even add another glue dot right now too to hide that. So I'm going to go right here. with a piece of mounting tape or a piece of your Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. And if you've got the large dimensionals, you can just cut them down a little bit and then pop my little heart on, a little green heart right on top of that. This one is a touch big. I have to cut it just a little bit smaller for it to fit underneath the heart and not stick out. So I'm going to go right up here with this one and pop my little heart on there. I'm going to have it go over top of that last banner. There, just like that. And then with your little extra that's hanging out, you can actually untwist some of it and sort of get this kind of frayed look on the end. I kind of like that. Okay, so just sort of untwist some of that twine. And also if you think it's too big, just trim a little bit off. And do the same thing on this end. Let's get that frayed a little bit. And there you have it. All right, thank you.